Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You're watching Safe Pest Sol, your ultimate guide to pest control solutions. Today, we're talking about ground bees, those little guys that seem to pop up in your yard, especially in the spring and summer. While they play a vital role in pollination, they can also create problems when they decide to build nests in your yard. Now, ground bees are typically harmless, but when they build nests in high-traffic areas, like your lawn or garden, they can become a real nuisance. So in this video, we'll be exploring how to get rid of ground bees safely and effectively. And to help us out, I've got not one, but two experts with me today, Chris and Natasha. Welcome back, Chris, and a big welcome to Natasha, who's joining us for the first time. So glad to have you both here.
Thanks, Rachel. Always a pleasure to chat about backyard pests. Ground bees are a bit tricky, but with the right approach, we can handle them.
Thanks for having me, Rachel. I'm excited to be here and talk about ground bees. They may be small, but they can definitely cause some frustration. Let's help everyone out today.
Great! So let's jump right in. First off, what exactly are ground bees, and why do they love our yards so much?
Ground bees are a type of solitary bee. Unlike honeybees, which live in large hives, ground bees live alone or in small groups. They burrow into the ground to create their nests. The reason they choose your yard is simple. The ground provides the perfect environment for them to create their nests.
They're attracted to loose, well-drained soil, usually in sunny areas. They dig small holes in the ground where they create burrows, laying eggs and collecting food for their larvae. These bees are excellent pollinators and play a vital role in the ecosystem.
Got it. So, while they're helping with pollination, they're also making their homes right in our yards, where we want to enjoy our time outside. But why are they becoming a problem? Are they aggressive?
Good question. Ground bees are typically non-aggressive. They don't usually sting unless provoked. But the problem is when they build their nests in areas like your lawn or garden, where kids, pets, or guests frequently walk. They can accidentally disturb the bees, leading to stings.
Exactly. The ground bees are generally peaceful, but if they feel threatened, they will defend their nests. And because they're burrowed into the ground, it can be easy to unknowingly walk right into one of their nests.
So, how can we identify where these ground bees are nesting in our yards? I know they can be tricky to spot.
Great question. The first sign is usually the small holes in the ground, often surrounded by a little bit of dirt. The holes are usually about the size of a pencil or smaller. You'll also notice the bees flying near the ground, coming in and out of these holes.
Yes, and another clue is that ground bees prefer sunnier areas with well-drained soil. So check places like your garden, lawn, or even the edges of your driveway where the soil is loose.
Okay, so the holes in the ground are the main sign. What if we spot them? What's the best way to handle it? All right, we've spotted the bees in their nests. What's the safest way to remove them? I'm sure we all want to avoid harming them while also keeping our yard safe.
The safest and most humane way to handle ground bees is to relocate them. One of the best methods is to wait until dusk or early morning, when the bees are less active, and gently move them away. You can use a small shovel to cover the nest with soil and move it to another area of your yard where it's less trafficked.
Another method is to soak the nest with water. Bees don't like wet conditions, so carefully pouring water over the nest will encourage them to leave. But make sure not to drown the bees. Just soak the area enough that it becomes unattractive for them.
That's a great point. Soaking the nest is an easy, natural solution. What about using repellents to make the area less inviting for them?
Absolutely. You can use essential oils like peppermint, clove, or cinnamon to deter ground bees. Bees are sensitive to strong smells, and these oils can create an environment they don't like. Just mix a few drops of essential oil with water and spray it around the nest.
Yes, and keep in mind, bees are crucial for pollination. The goal is to relocate them and not kill them. We want to keep our environment healthy while also maintaining our safety and comfort.
Now that we've removed them, how do we prevent them from coming back next season? I'm sure no one wants to go through this again.
Prevention is key. Start by sealing cracks and holes in your yard. Use sand or clay to fill in the larger holes where the bees might build their nests. You want to make the soil less inviting for them.
Yes. Additionally, you can use deodors like peppermint oil around the yard, as we mentioned. You can also plant bee-repelling plants like marigolds or eucalyptus near areas that are prone to ground bee activity. They don't like the strong scents, so this can keep them away.
Good advice. And what about keeping the ground less attractive to them? Should we change up our lawn care?
Absolutely. Bees prefer bare soil, so it's a good idea to add mulch or plant ground covers in areas where you don't want them to nest. The more plant life in your yard, the less likely bees will want to burrow there.
At what point should we consider calling a professional? Is there a situation where it's just too difficult to handle on our own?
If the bees are too aggressive or the nest is located in a hard-to-reach spot, it's best to call a pest control professional. They have the proper tools and techniques to handle the situation safely and effectively.
Exactly. Professionals can also help with chemical-free solutions if you want to avoid harming the bees while still keeping your yard safe.
Thanks so much for all the amazing advice today, Chris and Natasha. I feel like I'm ready to take on those ground bees with confidence.
Anytime, Rachel. I'm sure with these tips, everyone will have a bee-free yard.
Exactly. Just remember to be gentle with them and relocate them properly. With the right steps, we can coexist with bees safely.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, comment below with your experiences with ground bees, and subscribe for more tips. See you next time on Safe Pest Sol. Also visit our site safepestsol.com